a very curious goat behind you. Oh, look at that, it missed.
Some are goats and some are sheep. Which one are we?
All right, so that's gonna be a post to anchor our fence on.
Here Sharice is showing us with her experience with the machete.
Before you plant your posts, you prepare the wood just by making a sharp point at the end so that it's easier to drive it into the hole. I'm going to use the same machete to dig my hole for the posts. And right here has a lot of clay, so this is going to provide a good support for the posts. This is about as far as I can go with the machete. The clay is, without breaking it rather, the clay is pretty tight. It's pretty tight. So the machete is not going to go much farther. And I don't have a post digger or a functional shovel, so I'm going to show you what you can do to get your hole to go down a little more. And another thing someone showed me about getting posts easier into clay is just pouring some water in the hole. It will loosen the clay so that when we pound the stake in, it will go in a lot easier. I'm going to use the rock to drive this stick in the hole and just to open it up a little bit so I can fit my post in the hole. And as I'm going down, I'm just turning it. You can see it's getting deeper. And I just want to make a bigger opening for my other post. And you twist this so it doesn't get stuck because it has to be removed. So the water is going to loosen the clay a little bit, make it softer, so that when we pound the stake, it's a lot smoother. As you can see, there is an indent in the rock that makes it a lot easier to work with. I'm gonna give it a few more pounds. And it went a good way down. So I have a good, almost 1.5 feet down. So I'm gonna put in my bigger post. I'm gonna use the same rock and pound it in. The area that we're putting in the garden is by no means level. As you can see, all the posts are different size. And this one is really, really longer than the others. So I'm just gonna cut it down so that I can get as close as possible to the rest of the posts that are in this area. I'm gonna cut the top. When you're cutting wood, you just go around in a circle and try to chop in the same place. There you go. It's a little bit crooked, but it has to work. Using the natural resources that are found around the property, around the area, to make a post. When it's at the same size, it's a lot more effective. It's easier to drive it in. and I can tell that it's almost ready. I have the dirt that I plucked out of the hole. I'm gonna backfill it, so that's gonna make it even more secure. The clay is gonna get tighter around this post over time, so this should be very good. As long as you're not able to pull it more than a few, not even an inch, you should be good. Post is ready. This is our vegetarian puppy. He's eating out our produce. Our fence posts are in. Even though they're not all the same height, well, that's because we got them from different trees and it was hard to get everything at the exact size. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the chicken wire on the fence. I have a 3-foot high chicken wire and the holes are about half an inch because the only thing we're protecting our garden from are the dogs getting in, and they actually are eating up the plants. We're gonna use this binding wire to secure the chicken wire to the post. Of course, in Jamaica, you use whatever resources you have available, especially if you're on a budget. So I'm just gonna cut this up and use it to secure the fence. You can just twist it and then wrap it around to secure the fence to the post. Going through the holes, bringing it around, and then I'm gonna twist it together to secure it. If you have zip tie, you can always use zip ties, but we don't have zip ties available. They're actually more expensive than the wire, so we're just using the wire. The wires cut too short, and just use the same cutter and twist them together. Not pressing too tight so you don't cut the wire. Then of course you want to put the points in so that if anybody is walking behind the fence, they don't get poked. The last step in the process is to finish the edge of the fence. It's really, really sharp and it's just all raggedy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach this post to the fence, and then I'm gonna plant it at the base of the first post we made so that we can have a gate. This is gonna be the entrance door to our garden. So I'm just gonna bend it in, almost like making a burrito with the fence. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant it right here. Right here at the top, I have the binding wire sticking out, so I can just use this to secure my gate, just like that. So this binding wire right here, it's at the top. It's long enough so I can just hitch it in the fence and make a temporary little holder for the gate. When you're ready to get in the garden, just come right here, undo. Then we'll peel back our gate. I can also secure it on the next side to hold it together. The garden is all fenced in. The dogs are kept out. As you can see, everything is ready, nicely set up for plants to grow and to thrive. I hope you enjoyed this video, and also like, make your comment below, and do subscribe. And see you next time on Seed Time and Harvest. Happy planting!